You know what? I'm dead. I want to do something. Fuck it. Here, take this. By the way, for the commentary, I'll be referring to the subject as Morgan, aka the actual name of Nightmare Come On and Slam over here. The video uses her name too, so I don't think I'm pulling it out of nowhere. Also, I got a chance to talk to Morgan recently. Being dead is weird, don't ask. When I asked her about this, she already disowned the video I'm covering, to the point where when I got the screen cap of it, it was unlisted. However, she was okay with me doing a commentary on it, so long as none of my fans go out to attack her. I mean, I trust you guys wouldn't do it anyways, but just to be on the safe side, please don't. Besides, despite my tardiness, I'm dead, cut me some frickin' slack, I can still provide new points, expand upon previous statements, or just be entertaining. I think. Anyways, commentary.
Why is it that every time that shit happens, it causes drama?
Did you say something dumb before the text displaying your name finished? What the fuck? I don't know what shit you're referring to, more on that in a moment, but drama is defined in at least one way by an exciting, emotional, or unexpected series of events or set of circumstances. No shit that shit would cause drama. It's practically in the definition.
I mean, why can't we just have days without this shit?
Because, well, shit happens. Every day, things occur, whether you want them to or not. If nothing happened, we'd all be dead. Like me!
Great, now the CC has gone back to being shit again.
Implying that the CC wasn't shit before. That said, can't that literally be said of any community? Drama happens everywhere and in virtually every community, so that can apply to them too. Doesn't defeat the point, granted, but it's also not exclusive to the commentary community.
Hey Morgan.
Oh, it's you.
Literally same.
Is there anything wrong?
You don't get it. Shit happened days ago with us.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, this is the closest you're gonna get to an explanation on what apparently had the entire CC go to shit. This drama sounds like it's between two people out of a community, one of them being Morgan, the other likely being Death Critic. By the way, that's this person. You probably won't know that at this point if you didn't know who he was beforehand, because introductions are overrated. Her use of the word us does have the implication that it's not necessarily between Morgan and Death, but then it begs the question, who was involved in this drama? Or better yet, what was the fucking drama? Regardless of what the drama was, if it was between Morgan and Death, then the fact that he's here with no ill bearing towards Morgan from the sounds of it, coupled with the fact that you outright said it was days ago, means that you still crying about it is pretty weak and petty at best. If this drama was based off of something that happened to you in real life, and that you don't want to bring it up in a video, fine, I get that. But then I'd recommend making up a drama. Real or not, at least it would give your situation some well-needed context, and maybe it would even explain why you're still crying.
And the end result made me goddamn upset that I should think about committing suicide.
And we're going there! Apparently this drama was so bad, despite the other person not showing signs that this drama actually fucking mattered in the first place, that Morgan wanted to commit suicide. This is a joke, right? Right? Right?
Whoa, Morgan, don't, no, wait, I just want to say this.
You know what? It's the best if I don't exist anymore. I'm sure people want to care about me if I do it.
You're not actually going to do this outside of a joke, right? Holy shit. I think I need a moment. Morgan, did you really just have the gunshot sound effect be quieter than the gun cocking sound effect? Could you not look at the tracks in your video editor, look at the sound and think, oh geez, the gunshot sounds awfully quiet over here, maybe I could raise the volume just a bit or something? Like, what am I supposed to do about this? Oh yeah, the rest of the suicide subplot.
Oh shit, I just want to apologize for that. Now what am I gonna do? Oh wait, that gives me an idea.
Yes, seeing your friend fucking shoot herself just gave you an idea. You know, with how abrupt the change in mood was, it might be more dead than me. Or Morgan, take your pick. Okay, if you couldn't tell, this part of the cold opening was terribly executed. Morgan, no offense, but your acting is flatter than paper, and Death can't properly emote to save the animal he's wearing. Whether this was meant to be played up more seriously or as a joke, both of your attempts at acting brought this down to where it fails on both ends. Furthermore, the actual shooting. Audio issues aside, you know what could have added to this entire scenario? A picture of Death's avatar in shock in response to you shooting yourself. That would have added wonders, as it gives the audience visual feedback of Death's supposed reaction based on the character he's representing himself with. Hell, doing so could arguably give a reason as to why the gunshot wasn't as loud as the gun cocking, since it implied that the focus is more on death than towards you killing yourself. There's also the matter of his lines right after. The attempted change from OMG and shot guys to wait a second wasn't well timed, thus hurting the whole situation. I would have said killed if Death's lack of attending an acting class didn't do that first. I'm not gonna go around and say that I'm against dark themes and commentaries. Trust me, I tried to simulate hanging once, I just recently tried committing genocide, I'm currently dead, and I told some Jew pony to fuck off when someone else shot themselves for a joke in another video. I think suicide jokes are fine, at least when they're not done poorly. That said, with both how unnatural you sounded in this sort of scenario and how poorly timed this was, it wasn't entertaining. It was just uncomfortable, and for all the wrong reasons.
So, Dad.
Keep your filthy hands off my wife!
Nathan, how did you even get? You know what, it doesn't matter, get the fuck out. Are people even gonna get this reference?
What is it that you wanted to call me and George for? Oh. What happened to Morgan?
Well, she felt upset and said anything about committing suicide because of it, and then she shot herself to death.
Contrast this with shooting herself back to life.
I was wondering if you two could be able to revive her.
Well, we do have the machine for that.
Oh, there's a fucking machine for that? That could have helped me last commentary, but no, we had to kill Caden for that. Like I would have done that anyways.
George, flip the switch!
This again?
Hey look, it's that guy who drew this piece of art for me. Listen, George, whatever Morgan or Death paid you to do this, I'll pay double to get you out. MTR, I'll throw in a cheeseburger. What was that noise? Like, did you record me yawning and use that for a commentary? No, seriously. Like, do my yawns just bring people back to life or something? No way, I can't be alive for this! There we go.
What the hell just happened?
Well, Death told us he committed suicide over something you're upset about. You're feeling okay?
He just committed suicide! What do you think? I'm fine. No, really, I just shot myself to death, that's all. Please tell me you didn't write this line down. I beg of you.
Maybe a little. Wait, why did I change Fakumi to cyan?
Well, for one, we fixed you and gave you the same watch we gave to Ernie a while ago. And two, you really haven't used her for like, what, since October?
Ah, frick, I really need to use her sometime.
Ignoring that you're using her right now, then why didn't you? Also, October? Please, I haven't used Maleficent prior to this commentary since February of last year, and she's been my channel icon for like ever. Get on my level.
But enough of this. Can't you just let me die already?
Nice transition. Oh, I should really use this character, but first let me fucking die.
Bad of it, ma'am. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for what I did to you and making you upset like that. I know we've been close friends throughout years, but this is something we shouldn't let ourselves get into. Besides, drama always happens, but at times like that, we shouldn't let ourselves get involved in situations like this.
I know this was probably meant as some way to rebuild Morgan's confidence or something, but I like how Death is practically telling Morgan off about drama. It's almost like what she said at the beginning was completely silly.
But there's nothing I can do about it.
Look, ma'am, I get shit like this at times, but you don't see me having suicidal thoughts over it.
Is the video I'm doing a commentary on doing the commentary for me now? Excuse me, George, that's my job. Get your own. This is why I only have $7.
You shouldn't let those things get to you. I mean, you have many friends and people who support you throughout those days, including me, MTR, and Death. Do you really want to let them down like this?
You know what? You guys are right. Now I feel much better thanks to you three.
Okay, this goes back to how uncomfortable the whole suicide skit was from earlier, but what makes me uneasy about this is that, keep in mind the context that Morgan recently shot herself, now she's pretty okay with herself and isn't suicidal anymore. Maybe this is just me, but coming from someone who's had suicidal friends in the past, I get that talking things out with people can really help. I get that. But at the same time, it doesn't always fix the problem in a snap. Sometimes it can take hours, days, weeks, so on, and might even require professional help. Here we have 3 people, likely none of whom being professionals and one lacking the English skills to be one, talking her out of it like completely within the span of about 2 minutes. I wouldn't mind this as much if either Morgan didn't go through with committing suicide, or if Morgan, while feeling better, didn't claim to be alright. Given the severity of her depressed state and how quick and strong the rebound was, it comes off as unrealistic from an emotional standpoint. I'd argue logical as well, but this is a plot about bringing someone back to life, so maybe this is some therapeutic thing that Morgan herself needed and she wanted to convey this feeling in a video. But there has to be a better way than actively killing yourself in your commentary, at least in the way that you did. Off the top of my head, I could think of Youngblood Fantasy 91, and the intro to a recent commentary of his on the example of how to do the whole motivating the commentator thing better, while comparing the commentary of a commentator who is often highly praised to a commentator who's not, might be a bit of a stretch. It's still rather poor on your end when there's evidence out there that intros meant as encouragement to the commentator exist and don't destroy the mood of the video or the English language.
Well, thank Death for that.
Might have to say this again. If you need us, just contact us.
Hey, wait! How am I supposed to know how this watch works?
Oh yeah, that watch thing that was brought up like a minute ago in your commentary. I'm sorry, but between you killing yourself and then you suddenly getting better, I was kind of distracted. Now then!
Oh, wait, it's already explained in Ernie's recent commentary.
I'm aware that you initially didn't have a link to Ernie's commentary, where this whole watch thing came from, so I could have gone this tangent about how troublesome this could have been for people who didn't know that Ernie was Illinois Guy 34, or which video of Illinois Guys this came from, but there is a link in the description now. So instead, let me ask something else. Why didn't you briefly describe it in the first place? You could have made reference to Ernie's video or something while describing it, but it's bad writing to introduce a MacGuffin and never explain what it does. Especially when in the context of when your commentary first came out, the place where this explanation came from wasn't readily available to the audience.
Oh, speaking of that, looks like you're not the only one who has a
I can never fap to this show again.
Can you please leave? I have a new full commentary I'm about to work on.
Alright, fine, if that's what you want.
So let me get this straight. This entire thing about whatever drama you and Death had, you shooting yourself, MTR and George bringing you back to life, Death and George attempting to give you motivational speeches, all this in your intro, and what you accomplished in setting up was that you changed your avatar. Something you could have done without any of this unnecessary shit. Okay, in fairness with the watch, that's something that could always come up as a plot point in a future commentary or something. Maybe. But if it never comes up again, guess what? You did nothing of substance for over 3.5 minutes except greet us with one of the most unintentionally unsettling commentary cold openings I've ever seen. It's not the length that I'm upset at. It's what you did with that length.
Now, before anyone calls me out for commenting on a kid, I know I regret doing it with my shitty commentary on Kenda Walker, but with this, if people like Zero Star, Ryan, Silver, and Dua can commentate on Skeleton Nation, then why can't I?
Remember people, just because the cool kids do it, doesn't make it cool if you do it yourself. Have your parents ever taught you anything about peer pressure? If not, your childhood sucked.
Also, for the looks of this video, does it remind me of someone? You'll see who it is later on.
Or maybe you just read the title to figure out who you're talking about. Wait a second, who are you talking about? Who's Foxtrot? What's Foxtrot? Are you talking about radio communication? Well, guess what? Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo, Yankee Oscar Uniform, Yankee Oscar Uniform, Hotel Echo Charlie Kilo. Now for those who don't know, which will likely be most of whoever watches this video, when Morgan used Foxtrot in her title, she was referring to a former commentator named Foxtrot Delta Lima 497. A commentator from 2011! Holy shit, that was half a decade ago! Who made pretty bad commentaries. Admittedly, he was known back in the day partially as a plagiarist, like he'll accuse Joey from down the street of being later, but he was also infamous for constantly tackling easy topics and older and downright irrelevant videos and people. The issue here, ignoring that you once again failed to link a person's channel so that newcomers would know who the fuck you're talking about, is that Foxtrot himself, ironically, is a dead topic. In fact, prior to your title, I hadn't heard of him in years and completely forgot about him and his content. And I'm someone who debuted as a commentator in 2012. I wouldn't even mind as much if you had all brought up the comparison during your commentary, but you don't. Morgan, you're the one who tried referencing an old commentator in your title, yet I'm the one who has to explain the fucking reference. This is not how you do your job! Now, it could be debated that the person who Morgan is actually referring to with this comment is MDXLR, who did a commentary on the same video that Papyrus Country commentated on in an earlier degree. And unlike with Foxtrot, Morgan tries to make a comparison later in her video between one of Wayne Grayson's points and one of Anna Levine's points. But that still makes the title of your video a guessing game for your audience. You have a fucking watch, do what you're supposed to do with one, and keep up with the times.
Here's the degrees, onto the commentary.
Well, I need something.
Oh, looky here! A sword just randomly appeared near Joey's face. Does he have telekinesis or something?
Well then I wonder what powers you have, miss. I managed to shoot myself without ever showing a gun on screen. There's 10 more minutes left in the video, but I'm clocking out here. I know the majority of this commentary was spent on your intro, but that should go to show why your intro could be rebranded as The Little Intro That Couldn't, narrated by Samuel L. Jackson. I'm not asking you to go into the utmost detail about the things you mention or reference, but if it's not something that people familiar with your content will get, let alone people unfamiliar with your content, you're doing it wrong. Between you, your video description, and your annotations, I should be able to get whatever you're referencing. Also, please, never go through with a suicide scenario again, or at least not until you can write and act what it's either more natural, or at least down to more of a sense of awareness to tropes regarding it. Morgan, I'm sure you didn't mean to make your intro out to be any bit offensive, but intentions and results aren't always going to be the same. Do my yawns only work once per person? If that's the case, who came back this time? Also, how do I get out of being dead?
Interesting.
Who's there?
You want to go back to the world threatened? It was you who pushed everything to the edge. It was you!
Okay, I like indie games. What do you want?
You think you're above the consequences? We can reach a compromise. You still have something I want. Give it to me, and I will bring you back.
Deal.
Then it is done.